Hi everyone, a very good evening. So this is a day 13 and in today's class we are going to learn about GSAP. How can we animate our website with GSAP? So first question arises in your mind, what is this GSAP? So with the help of GSAP we are able to animate our website. We can use properties for animation using GSAP. I will tell you first of all what is this GSAP. So GSAP, which stand for Green Stock Animation Platform, it is a JavaScript library used for creating animation on website. It's like a set of tools that make it easier for us to make things move and change on our web pages. I will tell you why we are using GSAP, and in today class we are also going to see simple animation created with GSAP, that is fade in out effects, moving element across the screen, scaling and rotating element, color changes and transition. These all things we are going to apply on our code. But before starting, let me show you GSAP document so that you can understand how you can use it in your code. So okay, let me open my Google Chrome and here I am going to type GSAP. So the first link that you get, GSAP homepage, you have to click on it. And here you get a option of docs. You have to open that. Wait for a while, it's opening. Okay. So this is a GSAP document. Here you can learn lots of things. But before start doing learning, first we have to understand how can we use GSAP in a HTML or JavaScript code. How can we use that? For that you have to click on this installation. Okay, when you click on it, below here you get an option. You can install it also, but here we are not using installation. We are going to use CDN because it is the best. We are going to import this in our HTML code, and from here only we are going to use GSAP. First of all, let me create a file with the name index.html. And here we are going to use the boilerplate of HTML by using this shortcut tool, that is Animate abbreviation. And then after that we need to one more file for writing JavaScript code. So here I am going to create the file for JavaScript with the name script.js. And inside index.html, first I have to import my JavaScript file. For importing, what we are doing, we are simply writing script, and inside script we are going to use src attribute, and inside src attribute we are going to give the path of a file, that is script.js. Now in the same way we have to add that CDN also. Like you can see here, we have a script tag, and inside script tag we have a GSAP CDN. So we have to simply copy it from here and paste it inside our code. We can use npm as well. As I already told you, we get an packages when we are using npm. So now this is fine for us. You can go with that as well, npm, or you can go with yarn as well, but cdn is best, so I am using cdn now. So here I import my GSAP file. I already told you what is GSAP. GSAP stands for green stock animation. Okay, let me write it as a title also, so that if in case you forget, so you can remember the full form of GSAP. That is green sock animation platform. Okay, fine. So basically, Green Sock Animation Platform is a JavaScript library used for creating animation on website. Okay, it's like a set of tools that make it easier for us to make, think, move and change on our web pages. So here I am going to create a simple box. So you know how we are creating a box using HTML code. So for creating a box, what we do, we create one div, and inside div I am going to use class. By applying CSS property only, we are going to make a box on our web page. Let me open the live server as well so that I can show you both. Okay, fine. Now, right now we don't have anything. We don't added anything inside index.html. So our file is empty, and we have a title with the name Green Sock Animation Platform. Let me split it out. Okay, fine. So here I am going to give a class name box. Okay. Now inside our index.html only I am going to use my CSS file. So how can I use that we call internal CSS. So for using internal CSS, what we can do, we can make a style tag. Let me make style tag, and inside style tag I am going to give CSS for this box. So here we give class. So for class we are using dot, and in curly bracket we will execute our CSS property. So I need width 150 pixel. Now we are not able to say it because we don't give any color, background color. Okay, let me set width or height, width and height. Then only we will apply color so that we can see. Height also as a 150 pixel. And then I'm going to give a background color. So here I'm going to give background color as brown. Let me save this. Now you are able to say, we create one box with the help of CSS. We give width and height, then we give background color. So here we are able to see this box. Now in this box I am going to apply some GSAP, that is some animation thing, so that you can see like how it works. So let me open my script.js. Here only I am going to use GSAP. So here what we are going to study, we are going to study two things. That is GSAP.to method. Let me write it down here. One minute. Okay, this one, and we are going to learn GSAP.from method. First, let me explain you what these method will do. So here the first method is GSAP.to method. It animates element from their current state to a specified set of properties. Where GSAP.from method animates element from a specified set of property to their current state. Okay. So both methods are powerful tools for creating animations in GSAP, and understanding when to use each one is crucial for achieving the desired animation effect. Now I am going to show you how both work one by one. First we will start from to, then we are go with the from also. So let me comment it out for a while, and one by one we are going to use both the thing. Let's start with GSAP.to method. Here inside this we are going to take a string, and we have a class name with the name box. Okay, so for class name we are going to use dot box, and after it we will execute a animation property inside this curly bracket. What I did here, here I use GSAP.to. So the to method animate the targeted element from their current state to a specified set of CSS property, and the dot box, the selector, this one, the selector target the HTML element with the class name box. In this case it's the div element. As you can see, it's a div element with the class box. Now this curly bracket indicate the start of an object containing animation parameter for GSAP, and here we are going to write a property. Here I am going to give x 600. Now what is this x? Okay, before saving this file, let me explain you what this property will do. So this line, like x 600, specify the horizontal position to which the element will move. The horizontal is moving like this. Okay, the element will move to the right by 600 pixels. So here we give 600, so it will move right to how much pixel? 600 pixel from its original position. Let me save this file and show you. Okay, fine. Let me make it little less, that is 400 pixel. It's fine. So now you can see it moved to the right direction by 400. So here we use this x. Now if I want to make it vertically down, for that I am going to use my y property. Y here I am going to use 200. So in this way you can use x and y. So y will move during the animation, it will move down by 200 pixels from its original position, and x will move right by 400 pixels from its original position. Now I am going to set some background color for showing you the animation effect. Okay, here I am going to give some background color. Here we use camel case, and background color I am going to, in string you have to write the color name. Let's suppose we are going to give yellow. Okay, now it convert into yellow. Now here I want to give a scale property as well. You can understand background color what it will do. It will change the color of the box as yellow. Now here I am going to take scale two. What the scale will do? Let me save it. Okay, fine. Here I take a scale 2. it's specified like vertically or horizontally. I need the element will twice its original height during the animation. If I write here scale x, if I give like, let me save this, it will move from both the side horizontally or vertically twice. Like if I give scale property to x in this way, so on the time what happened, it will specify the horizontal scaling factor of the element. The element will scale horizontally to twice its original width during the animation. Both will work the same. Like if I will increase it by 4, you can see the size will increase by twice. So let me give 2 only. Like if you want to give both like x or y, on that time you don't have to mention the x or y property. You just simply have to write scale. For example, if you have to apply the same for y as well. So what you can do, you have to change this one. So it will work same as before one, like we are using single scale property. In this way, you can use the scale property. So scale basically what it will do, it will specify the vertical scaling factor, like if we are using scale y of the element, and the element will scale vertically to twice its original height during the animation. In the same way, x will work. So element will scale horizontally to twice its original width during the animation. So the basic difference is that y moves vertically whereas x moves horizontally. Whenever we use x, it is for horizontal purpose, or for y we are using for vertical purpose. Now after that, I want to give some animation here. We are not getting any difference. Why we are doing this? It convert into like some of the, let me open the inspect as well so that I can show you. So here you can see we have div with class name box. Here we are not, here something is happening, but we are not able to see on our web page. You can see whenever I refresh the page, some transition is happening here, but we are not able to see it on our web page. Why it's so? So for that, we are here going to give some duration so that we are going to see the animation on our web page. So let me give the duration here. You can give duration in seconds only. Like for example, if you want to use 2 seconds, so you can write 2. Like here I am going to use 5. So 5 basically represent 5 seconds. Let me save this. Now let me show you on my web page. You can see. Let me reload it again. From its original position, initially it is in brown color, and after when it comes on the new position, it changes color as a yellow one. In this way, we can apply animation. So duration 5 is for specify the duration of the animation in second. In this case, the animation will last for 5 seconds. Okay. Now, if I want this box will animate, this box will rotate 360 degree, and then it will show, like it will round in clockwise direction, then it will, so it will come to that position. For that, what we can use rotate property. So here I am going to use rotate, and for clockwise direction, what we can use 360 degree. Save it, and in a 5 second it will rotate in 360 degree and come here. Okay, so it specifies the rotation angle of the element. The element will rotate 360 degree clockwise during the animation. So in this way, when you run this GSAP animation, the target element, that is the div with the class box, will move to the right by 600 pixel by giving this X property. Here we are giving 400, and down by 200 pixel. Change its background color to yellow. Initially it is in brown color, and here you can see on our web page as well. Initially it is in brown color, and from here it turns into yellow color. And scale, why we are using scale property? To twice its original size, both horizontally and vertically. Here we use both the thing. If we use not like this, if we simply use scale only, then also it will work fine because we need 2 for both. So in that case we are going to use scale 2. So this also work fine, same as the above one. There is no difference in it. So in this way the scale will work. And then after it, what property we have? We have a rotate, that is 360 degree. So rotate 360 degrees clockwise. All of this will occur over the course of how many seconds? 5 seconds. So in this way you can apply animation by using GSAP.to property. Now what you want, like I told you before, we have a GSAP.from method as well. In to method, what happened? The animate element from their current state, like it is in current state where here, from their current state to a specified set of properties. Now GSAP.from, what it will do, this method animate element from a specified set of properties to their current state. Okay, now it is here, now it will go on a current state when we are using GSAP.from method. Let me show you that as well. Here I am going to use GSAP.from. Now I want to go on my original position. For that we are going to use GSAP.from method. Okay. Here we are going to apply on a same box, like we want to move back to the original position. For that what we are going to do, gsap.from and the same like the box. Okay, now I just need to remove this for a while. Okay, let it be here only, no worry, so that you can understand why we are using x or y. X for horizontally movement and y for vertically. Let me copy the same one. Now it's moving here only because let me comment it out. Now what we are saying, we set the property here, now it's moving back to their current position. What I did, I just changed the method from to from. Now here the same thing is happening. The difference is only that first it's moving from its current position to the set of property. Now it's moving, it animates element from a specified set of property to their current state when we are using gsap.from. Now the question arises in your mind, if we want to use both the thing together like to or from, for that what we can do, we can use that also. No need to worry about it. I will show you how can you use that. Now what you want, like in from what we are going, we set the property here, now it's going to the current position. If we want that it will again come here, then it will go on again on their current position. So for that what we can use, yo-yo. What is this yo-yo? Let me set that property so it will work on both the condition, from or to, both. How can we set that property? We simply have to write yo-yo and we have to set it true. Let me show you that. One minute. Okay, fine. Now it's work in the both the condition. Let me give it here also. Okay. Do me one thing. It will yo-yo true. Okay, it will work in both the direction. Let me write it. Repeat. I will explain you why I am writing this. Repeat -1. What it will do? It will repeat the same thing from and to. Okay, fine. So here, let me explain you the whole thing, what's happening here. Let me make it size bigger. Okay. So here we are using from. So gsap.from. So it animate using the from method. So the from method animate the target element from a set of CSS property to their current state. Like we have a box, same like the to one. So the box is the selector target the element with the class name box. We know we give the class name in the div element with the class box. And here we set x 400, like initially horizontal position of the element will be 600 to the right of its original position. Then we give y for vertical position, and then after that we set a background color as the previous one, yellow, and we use a scale property too. So what the scale property do, it will scale to twice its original width during the animation, both horizontally or vertically, because we use common one. After that, our box will rotate 360 degree as a duration of 5 seconds. It will rotate continuously for duration of 5 seconds, that we will see on our web page. Then after it, we will use this repeat -1. Now what is it? So this line specifies how many times the animation should repeat. So a value of -1 indicate that the animation should repeat indefinitely, it will not stop. It will continue moving like this. As you can see. Now after it, we use yo-yo true. What is the work of this yo-yo true? So it specifies whether the animation should alternate back and forth between the start and end values. Setting it to true enable the yo-yo effect, causing the animation to reverse after each iteration. Okay, so in this way we can use dot from. So when you run the GSAP animation, the target element, that is the div with the class box, will move to right by 400 pixels, move down by 200 pixels, change its background color to yellow, scale to twice vertically or horizontally, rotate 360 degree as you can see on the screen, that is clockwise, and do all this over the course of how many seconds? 5 seconds. Additionally, what we added, the animation will repeat indefinitely and alternate back and forth between the start and end values, due to which effect yo-yo effect. So in this way we can animate. Now if you want to add like so many things, like if you can add animation to anything, not this box only. If you have some heading, so if you want to put animation, so in this way you can apply animation to that object as well. Now if I want to apply, if I have a 2-3 boxes, now we are showing this property on single boxes. For example, if we have a 2-3 boxes in our HTML, so how can we apply animation to that? Let me show you that as well. For example, here we only have a one box. Let me make another box as well, div, and here I'm going to give class. This is a box, and now I'm going to give class name as box1. Okay. Okay, here also I'm going to apply some CSS for box1 as well. Let me write here 1. Okay, fine. Let me give some margin so that this box will not stick with each other. Okay. Here I'm going to give margin for both the boxes, margin as a auto. Okay, fine. Let me save it. Here we have a background color brown. Okay, fine. Then what I'm going to do, we will make a box. Now here I'm going to use okay, fine. Here let me comment it out for a while, and here we will check with first two property. This is let me comment it out. Here we have a rotate 360 degree. Okay, fine. We don't have repeat and yo-yo. Let me set this as well in to method. I'm copying it from here and pasting it after rotate. Okay, fine. Okay, duration of 5 seconds, and let me remove this from here because we already have below it. Okay, we have a horizontally 400 or vertically 200 the boxes. Background color is set it to yellow. Okay, fine. Now this same css we are going to apply for, this is for a box, the first box. Now I want this GSAP property for my box one as well, as I show you on my screen. Like, okay, this is for first box. Now I have to add for box 2 as well. Here we give height and width. Okay, so here we have a box 1. Let me write GSAP dot 2, and this time we are going to use the class name box 1, and let me copy this only from here because same css we want for box 1 as well, and going to paste it here. Okay, fine. Let me see. Yeah, now this both the boxes are working together. They are showing the animation property together. Now what you want, the first box will show the property first, then after that second will show the same thing. So for that what you can do, now both are working together. If you need in together, so you can use the same thing, but if you want like your first box move first, then after that second box will show their rotation. So for that what you can do, you can apply the property delay, like duration of 5 seconds. So here you can apply delay for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds it will, the box 1 will move, the first box will move for 5 seconds. After the delay of 5 seconds the box 1 will move. So here I am going to use delay. You will get lots more animation property on document, so that I am saying you go on document and read lots of property you will get there. Not only this one, lots of property are there available for animation. Let me apply delay of 5 seconds. Save it. Now let's see. It will move for 5 seconds. Then after the delay of 5 seconds, our second box will also move. So in this way also you can apply animation. So you can add not only 1 or 2 boxes, like there are lots of things. You can give class name and you can apply CSS or GSAP animation like this. Simply you have to import the CDN of GSAP. Now I want to tell you like what all are the uses of GSAP, why we are using GSAP. Like GSAP is used because it allows us to create smooth and impressive animations that can enhance the user experience on websites. And it's much more powerful and flexible than the built-in CSS animation or other JavaScript animation libraries, because as you saw before that we are using CSS file and from there also we are giving some of animation. But if we are talking about GSAP, so it is more powerful and flexible than the built-in CSS animation or other JavaScript animation library. Okay, with GSAP we can create animation that work consistently across different browsers and devices, and we have more control over the timing, easing and sequencing of our animation. As you can see, we set the delay so that our animation is wait for 5 seconds and another will move. In this way we can apply lots more property, and so animation, this all are the properties only, and this will work as an animation on a web page. Okay, so now you get an idea about why GSAP is used. So we see like how we can move elements across the screen, and how can we use scaling and rotating element, color changes and transition. You can change the color as per your choice and apply some transition effects also. So these all things we see today. Now I will show you the document for GSAP. There you can got lots of property. GSAP.effects. Here you get lots of effect how you can apply. So you can read it from here and apply it on your page. So you can see the difference how it's working. We have lots more, and even we are getting the demo also how it will work. Okay. How can we scroll, how can we show the smooth trigger effect by doing animation, and also from there you can get, you have to read the docs and you get lots of properties. So in this way we can apply. Let me recap all those things. Here we understand what is GSAP, and after understanding GSAP we apply it practically. What we will see, we have a div, we have a one single div first, and we give class name as a box, and we create a simple box using CSS only. And after it, inside script.js we will use two methods, that is gsap.to and gsap.from, and how it will work, that also we see. The difference in to or from we get to know here only. To animate element from their current state to a specified set of property, where from element from gsap.from method animate element from a specified set of property to their current state. And in this way both methods are powerful, as we come to know and understand how to use each one. So in this way you can apply this animation for any particular element, not only for boxes. You can apply CSS to any element and you can show the animation effect. And we have one more property with the name opacity, that you already know we use in CSS as well, so you can use that also. And each property have different method, like we can use tune max, tune late also. Like these are the primary classes for creating twins are animation that interpolate between different property values over time. So first to learn the basic, like how you can animate almost any numeric CS property using GSAP, such as X, Y, scale, opacity, rotation, background color. These all are the basic property that you have to learn. So here in this class almost you get to know how you can use the simple basic properties. So once you learn this one, so that you can use easing that GSAP provide a wide range of easing function to control the acceleration and declaration of animations. Easing function include like power 0, power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4. Like this you can use. And duration, as you see how we set the duration. Specify the specify the duration of your animation using the duration property. These all are the basic one. Once you gather the knowledge of this basic one, then it's easy for you to go for Tune Max or Tune Lite. Okay, so with that, I'm done with today's class. So you get your attendance link. So go and fill your attendance sheet.